fortnight into the war that has left thousands dead, a drumbeat for war has only grown louder. The Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rallied frontline troops near Gaza decked in body armour. He pledged that troops would win with full force. Listen in.
אני פה עם הלוחמים של גולני, הם באים מכל חלקי הארץ, הם לחמו כמו אריות, אם ילחמו כמו אריות, אתם מוכנים להמשך? כן! אנחנו הולכים לנצח בכל העוצמה, אתם מוכנים? כן! כל עם ישראל עומד מאחוריכם, ואנחנו ניתן את המכה הקשה לאויבים שלנו, כדי שנשיג ניצחון לניצחון. מוכנים? כן!
Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has also toured the frontline, telling some tens of thousands of troops awaiting orders for a ground invasion that news would come soon.
המג"דים והמפקדים הבכירים אני מכיר אישית, אתכם אני מכיר מבחינת הרוח, כי יש פה פגש, ומי שרואה עכשיו את עזה מרחוק יראה אותה מבפנים. אני מבטיח לכם, בהצלחה. טנקיסטים, הארטילריה, ההנדסה, חיל האוויר, המודיעין, חיל הים, כולם איתכם. כל מה שצריך.
Meanwhile, the US President Joe Biden on Thursday asked Americans to spend billions of dollars to help Israel fight Hamas as America flew sophisticated weapon systems to Israel, including 2 Iron Dome missile defense systems, and ordered its largest aircraft carrier to move closer to Israel. The US has also set up a small cell of special operation forces. It is working with Israel to provide intelligence and planning as well as advice on hostage recovery efforts. The Pentagon has also ordered additional warplanes to bolster the A-10, F-15 and F-16 squadrons at the West Asian bases. The U.S. Defense Secretary recently ordered about 2,000 U.S. forces to be prepared to deploy if needed. On the other side, Hamas and other Palestinian groups in Gaza Strip have a variety of homemade or smuggled rockets at their disposal to use against Israel. A bigger threat is being posed by Hezbollah's Iranian-supplied arsenal of rockets, drones and missiles. Hezbollah can rain fire on targets throughout Israel, including with far more advanced and hard-hitting weaponry than what Hamas has been able to muster. And as per the War Zone portal, the sheer scale of Hezbollah's rocket armory is hard to conceptualize. In 2016, estimates put the arsenal at around 150,000 rockets and tenfold increase over the roughly 15,000 that was said to be available ahead of the 2006 Lebanon war. The number has since grown even larger. Hezbollah says it possesses short-range ballistic missiles, drones and anti-ship missiles. Given Hezbollah's arsenal, Israel is staring at a potential two-front war and would need to tackle rocket barrages in such a scenario. Meanwhile, Israel's military is evacuating 28 communities near the northern border with Lebanon because of the escalating tensions, and Saudi Arabia has advised its nationals in Lebanon to leave the country immediately. And well, for the very latest, our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this ground report from Israel. Listen in.
It's been 2 weeks since the 7th of October surprise attack by Hamas. A lot has happened in that time. Firstly, thousands of Hamas terrorists crossed the border into Israel and killed 1,400 people. Over 250 were shot at a music peace festival for young people in the desert. Hundreds of others were killed in cold blood in the villages and kibbutzim in the Israeli communities bordering Gaza. It's thought that between 200 and 250 people were kidnapped and are being held by Hamas and Islamic Jihad in Gaza, including the elderly, women, children and even babies. The Israel Defense Forces' focus since then has been to find the Hamas infiltrators, dozens of whom are still thought to be within Israel. The IDF say they're striking Hamas targets and preparing for a ground offensive. They have warned civilians in northern Gaza to head to the south, where a humanitarian zone is being set up, and aid will be allowed in from Egypt, which also shares a border with Gaza. Israeli troops, as well as being on the border with Gaza, are also on the northern border with Lebanon, following numerous rockets and missiles from there. and Israeli civilians have been evacuated from the north and the south to the centre of the country for their safety. This is Jodie Cohen for WION. World is One.